President Uhuru Kenyatta has made it very clear that he's going to support Raila Odinga for the presidency in 2022. The president has told the One Kenya Alliance movement to rally around Raila Odinga. But someone around the president is sabotaging and frustrating Raila Odinga's presidential bid in this country. In this video today, I want to demonstrate to you guys that someone close to the president is out to frustrate and sabotage Raila Odinga's march to the State House. But before we do that, if you're watching this channel for the first time, I want you to just take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time you produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. What we do on this channel is that we analyze politics in a way you can't find any other place. So the best thing is just to click subscribe button so that you can get value for subscription. And to the subscribers, I want to continue to thank you guys for your continued support. Without your support, this channel cannot be where it is today. So I'm really grateful. Now let us go back to the main issue. Is someone sabotaging Raila Odinga's presidential bid around the president? That's the question. And why should someone frustrate Raila Odinga's presidential bid for 2022 if the president has already decided that it's going to be Raila Odinga? Early this week, Raila Odinga held a successful meeting in Nakuru. And after that meeting, everybody in this country agreed that it achieved its objective. And one of the objectives of that meeting was that it was going to help Raila Odinga and the team to gather momentum ahead of their nationwide tours. During that event, Raila Odinga announced the formation of Azimio la Umoja. And he also declared from that point that he's going to continue traversing the country. And he came up with his roadmap to 2022. The expectation of the country was that from Nakuru, Raila Odinga was going to go to Homa Bay, Sikri to be precise. Then yesterday, news started emerging that the Sikri event had been cancelled. President Uhuru Kenyatta hurriedly convened a meeting with Raila Odinga and the One Kenya Alliance movement in Mombasa. And during that meeting, the health experts came up with figures. Those figures were showing that the COVID cases were on the rise, which I don't dispute, and that mortality rates was also increasing, which needs to be tamed, by the way. And therefore, they placed a request to the president to suspend political activities in this country. In politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything is normally designed to achieve a specific political objectives. It was not the first time Raila Odinga's events were being thwarted, because from that moment, the Kakamega event, the Homa Bay event took place, but even the way it happened, really, it was not the way it was supposed to have happened. Then the Kakamega one, which was supposed to be tomorrow, has also been cancelled. So I'm looking at this in the manner that someone somewhere saw the Nakuru event and decided that we should not allow Raila Odinga to continue with this momentum. So the roadmap has been killed. Now, it's not only that. I've observed this severally. For those who follow politics, on 1st of June, there was Madaraka Day celebrations in Kisumu. Ahead of that celebration, something very interesting also happened. Someone from nowhere started inflating the COVID figures from Kisumu. That Kisumu now became the epicenter of COVID. Of course, there's COVID in Kisumu and everywhere across the country. But those figures were outrageous because even statistically, they were not making sense. The idea behind that was to stop President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga from making appearance together in Kisumu. In fact, they tried all they could to stop the Kisumu event. That did not happen. Even the CIA where President Uhuru Kenyatta went to launch some project was meant to stop. I think the president and Raila just decided to proceed with it. But I know there are some events which were actually cancelled because of that directive that COVID cases were increasing in Kisumu. Again, at that time, I viewed it as an act of sabotage. Someone didn't want a situation where Raila and Uhuru were going to traverse Kisumu atop their vehicles with the people following them, the way it happened when they launched the road to Mamboleo and the stadium. So that was another instance. Then there was another instance which I can still remember during the Building Bridges Initiative campaigns. What happened that time? For those who follow politics, there was a point when the BBI campaigns stagnated. And then Raila Odinga picked the momentum. He started traversing the country. Then from nowhere, COVID was manufactured. The figures and the ban on political activities was implemented. So I'm looking at this. I know health-wise, probably we might have this. But what has changed? If you look at the directives since COVID came into this country, something has been consistent. Political gatherings are banned from the day one up to now. They've never been released, the political gatherings. But we see politicians gathering outside there every single day. So I observed that during that time. Now, if you leave that alone, you go and you ask yourself, who could this person be? Because if you follow Gideon Moi, sometimes, especially last year, his campaigns were well organized. Gideon Moi would go to a place, there would be security, there would be the provincial administration. You know, his things were just well organized, well planned. That time I questioned who was facilitating Gideon Moi's trips during that time. The fact of the matter is that as we speak today, Gideon Moi is fully in Team Raila Odinga. Then, at some point, Musalia Mudavadi, who was just sleeping, was also told that you guy must get out and go there and campaign. Musalia Mudavadi was told to go outside there and campaign because they believed that he could make a compromise candidate. So there's no way you can convince me that someone is not sabotaging Raila Odinga. And who is this person? That's the question. Let me take you back to the groups around President Uhuru Kenyatta so that we can understand who is this person frustrating Raila Odinga's presidential bid. Let us go back to groups around President Uhuru Kenyatta. I've always said here that around President Uhuru Kenyatta, we have four groups. There is the group which supports Raila Odinga bid for the presidency. This is the group where Murade is, Rafael Tuju is. This is the group where President Uhuru Kenyatta is. So this team is advancing Raila Odinga's interest. But remember, as much as they are advancing Raila Odinga's interest, this team, along somewhere, they are being frustrated. Yesterday, a group emerged from Jubilee saying for them, they want to start going outside there to popularize Jubilee. The previous day, Rafael Tuju had issued a statement, and that statement was very clear that they are going to merge or they are going to escalate discussions about ODM Jubilee arrangement. So that's the first group around the president who supports Raila Odinga. Then there's the second group which wants a compromise candidate. Now, this is the group I strongly believe is frustrating and undermining Raila Odinga. This group believes that Raila Odinga cannot become the president. But Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta can support someone to become the president. They can support Kalonzo, they can support Mudavadi. So that's the second group. Then there's the third group, which believes that one of them can actually make it to the presidency. So this is the axis where Mutahi Kagwe and Fred Matiang'i is. That's the honest truth. And this is the group I want to believe is the one which is frustrating Raila Amolo Odinga using health as an excuse. I don't know what you think there. And then there's the fourth group which supports William Samoei Ruto. I've always maintained that this group has been outwitted, they've been outsmarted, and now they're off the radar. But the question is, who is this person frustrating and undermining Raila Amolo Odinga? Who could he be? Let me read your comments below. But why would someone attempt to frustrate and sabotage Raila Amolo Odinga? I have only 3 reasons, then I close this matter. Number one, Raila Odinga's camp is full. And because Raila Odinga's camp is full, this group don't want Raila Odinga because they can't have a space. So this group is a group which would want a situation where Raila Odinga becomes the president, and then they sit on the table to determine who becomes what, where, and how. And because Raila Odinga has contested severally, it means he already has his team. And this group is unable to penetrate that team. And that's the biggest problem Raila Odinga is facing. And this is why these guys are opposing him. There's no space for them in Raila Odinga's camp. So they can go to Mudavadi, create space for them, purport to support him, and then if Mudavadi will succeed, they'll take charge. So that's the number one. The second reason is that they want someone they can manipulate. Do you think these people can easily manipulate Ruto? No. Can they manipulate Raila? No. But they want to control the state machinery and the state power. So what happens? They make sure they get a CEO whom they can control. In this matter, Raila Odinga, they cannot control. They cannot manipulate. So they have to oppose him. And lastly is the fear of defeat. This group fear Raila Amolo Odinga because they believe that Ruto can easily defeat Raila Odinga. And apart from that, there's also the element of the larger Mount Kenya politics. There's a feeling that anybody who will be associating with Raila Amolo Odinga in central Kenya is going to lose. And because some of them would want a situation where they even control the local politics there, they want someone, maybe Mudavadi or maybe Kalonzo or maybe Gideon, who is neutral, to be supported. And then that person can form a government. And if he forms government, they'll be comfortable with him rather than giving it to Raila Amolo Odinga. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. Someone somewhere is out to frustrate and undermine Raila Odinga's presidential bid for the presidency in 2022. I want to read your comments on this. I know it's hot, and so many people have also asked me about Amason Kingi, his latest move to join One Kenya Alliance movement, or is it possible that they just bumped into each other? Again, politics, you can't bump into each other and then take photo. There was a reason for those photos. So in my next video, I want to attempt to dissect Amason Kingi's move to join One Kenya Alliance movement, his real motive. Thank you guys, and for those watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time you produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support. Without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. So the best thing you can do to support me, to support my channel, is 2 ways. The first way is just to drop your comments, retweet, reshare, and drop comments. The second one is by joining to become channel membership member. So you can just click that green button. It will take you through the process, which is so easy, so direct. No scamming there. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day. Bye bye.